this video, we're going to talk about writing a text ad. And writing a text ad is a little bit of an art form. It takes some special care, some special concern, and I prefer to do this long before I set up my actual campaign. So before you even go into Google Ads in the platform, you know what your business is, you know what keywords you're probably going to use, and you know what you're going to advertise for. And so it's a good thing to kind of sit down, write out your keyword list, and then start creating your groups of ads, your topics, ads based on topics, based on your business model and what you're going to sell. We'll talk a little bit more about that organization in a later video, but right now I want to focus on the actual writing of the text ad. Searchers are a very unique breed. When we become a searcher and we go onto a search engine, we are looking very specifically for something. We might be looking for a special offer, a special product. And so when you're writing your ad, you want to make sure right out the gate that you're highlighting your unique strengths. Talk about a special offer, a product you have that nobody else does, maybe a certain feature with your product, a bundle, anything that you've got that gives you a competitive edge. Make sure that you state it in your ad so you can get the click. Also free shipping, a larger selection than somebody else, or if it's applicable, maybe you've got special pricing, a special promotion, exclusive offer. So make sure you tell your customers what they can do and use strong verbs. Click here to get free shipping. Add this to cart. I mean, always in an e-commerce situation, you want to use very strong language and very clear language. It's not a time for, real la-di-da creative writing. In a time like today, we need expensive pieces. No, we don't talk like that. We just use very straightforward action verbs when we're selling, because what happens is in a search environment, searchers know that they can get information. If they don't like the information you're giving them, they can do a research, or they can look further down the page and find somebody that is giving them what they want. And so you need to make sure that you're very straightforward about what your offer is, what your product is, what the price is. And then when they click on it, everything needs to be repeated right on that page. So I'll give you an example. This is a common mistake that you see with amateur e-commerce stores. They'll run an ad that says free shipping on orders over $50. And then when I get to the website, there's no mention of that free shipping on orders over $50. Now, we've all seen it. Where should it be? There should be a little banner at the top of the page, just a little colored banner that says free shipping on orders over $50. No code necessary, or use free 50 as the code, or give them the instruction, tell them how they're going to get that ad, because from the second that people click on your ad, they get to your store and they don't see what they clicked for, they are in doubt. And honestly, it seems very superficial, but a lot of searchers will go away if they don't see exactly what they were told when they clicked on the ad. So you want to make sure that everything is repeated on that landing page and that you're taking them into a very clean shopping experience. Purchase, call today, order, sign up, whatever you want people to do, be very descriptive. Don't just always say click here. Don't always say the word submit. In fact, submit's a terrible word. It's all over the internet. Every time we want somebody to put in their information, we have the word submit. It's terrible. It should say sign up. It should say join. It should be a strong verb where we teach people that they're doing something when they take this action. Okay, and then make sure you create several ads per ad group. So if I'm going to advertise in a shoe store for running shoes, I don't want to just have one ad on running shoes, because the way I write the ad is not always going to ring true for every searcher. And so you want to write multiple variations of each ad and put them into an ad group. And then what you can do is you put all those ads into the Google Ads platform, and it will cycle through those ads, and it'll actually run a learning algorithm and figure out which ad is the best and which gets the highest click through and ultimately the highest purchase rate. And so you always want to come prepared with multiple ads. And I said in the last video, it could be 5, could be 10, could be 100. It depends on your business model and how complex, how competitive. There's a lot of factors that go into that. Okay, so here's some guidelines for when you write a text ad. And I've said it's good to write these ads out before you ever get into the platform. And so here's your guideline that you can use. There's typically 3 different headlines on an ad, and each of these headlines can have up to 30 characters. There's 2 description lines, and then there's a path. And a path means a URL. That's where you're going to click to. And what a lot of people don't realize is the URL that's shown, so say it's a running store and it's tonyshoes.com/running shoes. I might put tonyshoes.com/running shoes as my path, but when you click on it, the actual page you go to could be tonysrunningshoes.com/products/men's/categories/running shoes, which is a very long URL. And we don't need these long URLs in the search engine. And so what they've done is they've given us the ability to use a keyworded URL, and then when they click on that, it goes to the actual URL. Well, this is, like I said, an opportunity for keywords. And so you should have keywords that match what people are searching in the headlines, in the descriptions, and in that path URL. The more keywords that you have in there that are matching what somebody searched, the more times those keywords will show up in bold and get your ad more attention. And so you want to make sure that you're repeating the concepts as many times as you can. So here's a couple of example ads, and these are very old ads, but I really like them, and I kind of want to highlight them. So right here in this one, there's an ad for Dell computers. Now it says, buy a Dell computer, free shipping, right there in the middle. Shop now for special offers on Dell computers featuring Intel Core. This is when the Intel Core had just come out, so this is a long time ago. And then it says, be productive on European flights with an 8-hour battery life. Now, at the time that this ad was put out there, the average battery life on a laptop was about 2 hours. And so the idea is this is targeted toward a business person who's a European traveler. And back in those days, they didn't have plugs in every seat. See, they have plugs on every one of the seats in an airplane, but it used to be that if you had to go to Europe for business and you had a lot of work to complete on this European flight, honestly, you could be screwed because 2 hours into the flight, your laptop is dead and there's nowhere to charge your battery. And so this was a very effective ad at a time that an 8-hour battery life was really the make or break for a lot of business people. Now, it was a very expensive laptop, but it made a lot of sense because it had this 8-hour battery life and it allowed a business person to be effective. The next ad that I think is really good is this is about Microsoft Exchange. Now, Microsoft Exchange Server, we now know it as Office 365. This is kind of the email, calendar, document sharing ecosystem that Microsoft uses. And this was an ad to get people to switch their business over to Microsoft Exchange. Now, it says, try Exchange for Business today, compare all your plans and features, save your company thousands with integrated email, download our hosted Exchange white paper to learn more. So download our white paper and learn about Exchange. Who is this targeted toward? This isn't the CEO. This isn't the CFO. The person that makes that decision for a company is typically the tech guy, the IT guy. And the IT guy would rather do some research, would rather kind of calculate what they're going to recommend. They're very cautious. You probably all work at companies that have IT guys, and you've seen that they're very kind of hesitant about putting a solution out there because what happens when the solution doesn't work? They get blamed. They take the rap for all of that. So there's two key things here. Do your own research by downloading a white paper and then save your company thousands. This is an opportunity for the IT guy to be a hero. And so they did a good job at kind of spelling out, hey, you're an IT guy. We know you get beat up. Here's a chance for you to do the right thing. Download the white paper, check it out, and see if you're the next hero in your company. Anyway, so two pretty good ads, both older ads, but something I want to share with you is they're speaking to the specific person. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to talk about So in the next video, we're going to talk about organizing ad campaigns and kind of how we structure them out. So I'll see you in the next video.